poppin', everybody? We are Minds That Matter. I'm your girl, Tassie Jennings Jones. We got my girl, Shamoni.
Hey, hey, hey.
And we also got my dog, Nicole.
What's up?
Yo, what's up, girl? Our objective is just to promote positive dialogue that encourages forward thinking. We strive to inspire and empower individuals and communities through collaborative discussion. We hope you guys enjoy our dope conversations. We hope to give you guys all positive vibes. And we hope you guys love tuning in with us and give us some information and perspectives on the different topics that we discuss.
And if you guys like the content that we are bringing, feel free to like, subscribe to all social media platforms at Minds That Matter.
Yes. So today we have one special guest. It's someone we've known for a very long time. He was also on one of our last episodes. This is our editor-in-chief, Mr. Trever Colton. Hello, Trevor.
What's good? Thanks for having me.
Good. Yeah. Thank you. No, of course. Thank you
for friends.
Yeah. Yes, absolutely. We've been literally over a decade, right?
Yes. 15 years.
Oh, way longer than a decade, because a decade is 2008.
Trevor, I remember, and I told you this before, I remember the exact day I met you. I was 11 years old in the 6th grade, and the teacher told me to go get the new kid out of the office.
The new kid? I was always the new kid.
You were the new kid. I had to go get
I remember my first time seeing Trevor with his brother.
Yeah, see, and y'all do not look alike. Yeah, that did not help.
Basketball.
Yeah, we didn't even believe they was related.
I swear somebody came in.
I was playing basketball.
Yeah, y'all was playing basketball, and I came up to y'all and I asked y'all, like, "Are you guys brothers?" I swear, I just.
Oh my gosh, Shannon,
just bold. I believe that because Shannon was bold.
She was there.
She was bold. I believe it.
Y'all too, like Tassie, when she came to get me, Tassie was really like the life of, I don't want to say the party, because that's an understatement. It's more like campus.
Well, right.
But Shannon too, like I remember Shannon just came up to us, like
Shannon was like big man on campus.
He was cool though. He was instantly cool.
I was not trying to do that at all.
I know I met Nicole through y'all though.
Yeah, me and Nicole was hanging at that time. We was hanging tough. I think that's
okay.
Kind of around. No, we were like 2 years stronger at that point.
At that time, because we were in class in the 4th grade, so 4th, 5th. Okay. By 6th grade, we was dope. You had already been. I spent the night at your house already at this time. We was good.
I don't even remember, but you went to my 3rd grade birthday party.
I know. I'm actually.
You don't remember?
8 years old.
Who, me?
Yes, you.
No, I remember that. Me and you have always been friends. It's just that we didn't hang out consistently because you had a separate group of friends. And
yes. That's true. Yeah. I know you since I was 5. Okay.
I know. Yeah. Like Tassie's kindergarten class was legit right next door to mine. Like,
yeah,
on the same slide and shit.
20 years in this
I was at Cyber running around with some random ass people that I never
I was at Cyber too. I got some good friends from Cyber.
The first time I got stung by a bee was in Tassie Pool when we was in first grade. Niggas go all the way back. But no, for real. Let's go back to Trevor for a second. I remember walking to them while they were playing basketball, and I was like, "Are you guys brothers?" And they were like, "Yeah." And I was like, "Okay, my name is Shannon. What's yours?"
We friends now. Right. No, okay. I remember I was just so damn energetic as I am today. Like, ain't nothing changed about me. I was just like, "Hi, are you Trevor?" And you were like, "Yeah." I was like, "My name's Tassie Scott. I'm gonna take you to Mr. Jordan's class, okay?" You were like, "Okay."
Super chilling, like,
and then I like jolly, like my jolly self, like
that bouncy ass walk.
I was just about to say the walk. I remember the walk.
Everybody know her walk.
I know it. I could do it right now if I needed to.
I'm rolling.
Like, if we need to identify Tassie, we gonna identify her by her walk.
Y'all so crazy. And people to this day tell me, like, "Oh my gosh, like they say I walk like a model because I'm already tall. I'm a stocky now." And but
it has a bounce to it though.
Yeah, it's a very distinctive bounce.
So I wear heels often, and I like I have a perky walk. And so they just be like, "Oh my gosh, you walk like you're a model or something." I'm like, well, let me tell you about that story. Like, my sister and I used to have to walk everywhere, and she walked very fast. So Janelle would grab my hand and like pull me along, and I had to stroke literally as a kid.
How you got used to doing that.
Yeah.
Huh?
That's probably why you got used to walking like
that. No, that's
like
exactly why I got used to doing that. So it just carried on in my adulthood, and now I fucking walk like that. Janelle's like, "You're welcome." Like,
okay, no, but Trevor, okay. This is crazy. We've really been friends that long, y'all.
Yeah,
that's a blessing, bro. I take that any day over some situations that I've read about.
I'm trying to tell you, it's crazy because I used to walk home with Trever and Denzel all the time.
Yeah, every day.
We did.
Yeah. But this is okay. So, no, go ahead.
I was gonna say the reason why I was about to say that was because the reason why that I even came up to y'all was because other people in the group were scared.
Really?
Yeah, we was like little kids, bad kids, trying to see what y'all look like, and they was scared.
You was pretty eyes, Denzel was
Shannon was not scared at all,
and I was not scared at all. So I remember walking over there with my ponytails, walking over.
Crying, you had them ponytails.
I remember the
ponytails to the side.
Yes. Okay, so I remember walking over there, and I'm thinking like, okay, so I'm gonna introduce myself and figure out who's who, because I remember them saying his name and his brother's, which I ain't gonna put his brother on Front Street because he ain't here to defend himself. And I was like, okay. And so I walked up and I'm like, oh, Trever do got pretty eyes, like they said. And I'm like, oh, okay, his brother is cute, like they said. And so when I walked back, the first question was, who's cuter?
Oh, I feel like that was a common thing in like elementary and junior.
Yeah, they compared you guys
in
high school.
You guys,
like, it was a preference.
What's your preference?
Like
straight up.
Some people like a little milk chocolate.
Right.
Everybody wanted to see what y'all looked at like.
Especially once he got the braids, then we became even more different.
You had the curls.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait, he had the curls or I had the curls?
No, you had the curls.
Oh yeah. That's when I got the curls. Once he got the
braids. See, I was both popping.
We both was.
Yeah, but the curls was lit though. That was that was a good look.
So apparently, we was just talking about this not too long ago, and apparently it was always like, whose preference is it? Is it Trever or is it Denzel? Like, are you team Denzel or team Trever? That shit is so crazy. So shout out to Nicole, team Trever.
Yeah, team Trever all day.
Represent.
To this day, I'm still team Trever.
To this day.
I like
to this day. That's my boy.
You know what? I can't say I'm team nobody now because they really my homeboy.
Shannon was team Denzel.
Okay, well, Shannon, whose team you used to be on? We can talk about that.
Oh, yeah.
You know, I was team Denzel. I have to admit.
Hey.
But D to actually talk. Look, I didn't give his name away and shit. He talked more to me than Trever did. Trever was very quiet and very reserved. Denzel was just like open, like, "What's up?" Like, So me and D got way closer like that.
Right.
That was the opposite for me. Me and Trever, we used to talk all the time, but because we were in the same class and I knew him, and I hardly knew Denzel, so I have to be team Trever. Only because like he and I were like intellectual level, like we were like same class, like same kind of grades. Like he was so nice to me, like he was so sweet, and Denzel was in Mr. Ellison's class, I think, and then like I was just like, oh, that's Trevor's brother, like, and then we got
a big old smile. I remember that.
Yo, that's crazy. I think that I talked to Denzel a lot. I remember talking to Denzel a lot, like in person and on the phone, or like when we had our little chirp phones, the little Boost mobile phones. Like, I talked to him a lot.
That's an episode itself.
Yeah, it is an episode itself for sure.
Chirping the black community, like
man, like facts, like you sleep, man. Loud as fuck, about to get me in trouble with some shit. Like Denzel literally got me in trouble about MySpace.
I'm rolling.
He kept trying to ask me like, "Oh, so you got a MySpace, right? I think I seen your page," and I was like, "Nah." And he was like, "Are you allowed to have a MySpace?" And I like turned the chirp on, and my mom was like, "Nah, she ain't allowed to have no MySpace." And I was like, "My mom said no." And like he kept on like kept trying to talk about it. Like, "Oh no, I thought you had." I was just like, "No, shut up,
you walk away."
Yeah, bro. Like we was in the car.
Shit.
I couldn't walk away, but I don't know. Like I think that obviously I was Team Trever because I had like the biggest crush on Team Trever on Trever as a kid. But growing up now though, like we are actually very, very like compatible, like as friends. Like we tend to be on the same wavelength about a lot of stuff.
A lot of shit. Yeah.
So I don't know if that was part of the attraction or if it was just like, appearance wise, but like, no, like he's a dope dude. So I think that now it's like even fitting that I'm still Team Trever because of the intellect for sure.
That's what it is. Okay. I appreciate that.
I mean, like he looked cool and all, but I mean, like for a fact, like he's a smart dude. So
it's crazy how like the older you get, it's like, I think as a kid, it's more subconscious. Like when two people are on the same wavelength, kind of intellectually, like me and Tassi. But I think when you get older, it's like you're more aware of it when you and two people are like mentally compatible.
Yeah.
So that shit is kind of cool.
And as an adult, that's something you're looking for. Like as a kid, like I don't know about you, but I feel like we had so much in common.
We did.
Like, that's why we were friends. Like because
we're laughing for hours.
For reals. And like, we were not like the basic ghetto black kids. Like we were just
neither one of them were though.
Right. We were nice, we were smart, we were friends with everybody. We were like always smiling and laughing. Like everything was just, you know, just innocent. Like
super innocent.
Like as adults, shit just gets common. Like
it just go left, don't it? Like
all the way. But you know what?
Now I'll talk to people.
Let's get it popping. I want to play Would You Rather.
You said, Shannon, what'd you say? You want to play what?
Would you rather?
Oh.
But we're going to spice it up this time, though. We're going to play Would You Rather Sex Edition.
Okay.
All right. So, Shannon, you want to kick it off since you was ready?
Okay, that's fine. So, sorry, Trevor, you're going to get ganged up on this episode.
I'm ready. That's better for me anyways. I need questions. I'm not good. I just spill it.
Okay.
Feel free to grill me.
So, would you rather give head or receive head?
Oh, I thought that was an easy one. Who does?
Usually is, but like I said earlier, I'm not. My experience with receiving head has been good,
mediocre,
but not unbelievable.
Oh, really?
So it just depends on the context. It's hard. I'm just gonna let y'all know this whole time. I'm giving complicated answers the whole time.
The whole time. We're gonna have to decipher.
Really,
it's the white women.
I'm gonna make it clear, but I'm gonna just. You said what?
It's the white women
type of game.
We don't get into that. That's a different episode. We don't get into that. That's a whole thing.
Tell me I'm on.
Wow. Well, I mean, like, you know, the episode
I love white people. I love
white
people.
That might be true though, because have I got hit from? No, I haven't.
You haven't got hit from who?
I was about to say, I was asking, have I got hit from a black girl before?
And he have not. No, he's not.
Multiple times. Well, I don't want to say like that, but
right, all the time.
He cannot subconsciously
that's regular.
That he's gotten the best head in his life because he ain't dated a black woman.
But let's not tell the crowd that I've never dated a black woman, because that's not.
That's not like, y'all not gonna be lying on me like that.
Yeah. I mean, but we don't get into that because I'm very, very open.
The black woman just wasn't experienced enough for him.
No, I was saying, where's this man now? Wait, no, time out. There has been a gap of time since we've seen or elaborated with Trevor on different topics as we've grown and matured. Because see, we kind of fell off like right at the peak of high school, like right at the peak. So
beginning of ninth grade.
We got to ask the question first. But okay,
sorry,
so the answer that was
so give to receive. So with this one, for me, for real, it's really like kind of just depends on the context, because if it's me, like in certain situations, like eating a girl's pussy can be like a chess move. And not to say that it's like any mental manipulation going on, but it's like if you whip that out at the right time. I think Bradley was kind of talking about that, how he kind of pulled it out and just got straight to, like, if you strategically do that at the right time, like that could boost you a lot. Like, so I don't know. It's close with that one, to give or receive.
So you kind of like in the middle.
I'm in the middle. I really am, because I'm not, and it's multiple factors that go along with it. I'm not huge on receiving head right now. And then, plus it's like the reaction you get or what that does for a girl. It's like that reaction is gold. If you do it right. Because if you ignore the clit, then there's no point in even trying.
Please tell the people that, because I don't think they heard you. The ones in the back didn't really hear you. So if you can turn your mic up a little bit, I think that'd be great.
Yeah, I had to throw that in there just to show that I know what
I'm let y'all know I ain't just now. Okay,
he knows what he's talking about.
That man said he know what he's doing.
Okay, Nicole.
So I'm in the middle.
Oh, so you want me to pose a question?
Go ahead. Handle your business.
All right. Would you rather a girl swallow your cum, or would you rather paint her face?
Ooh.
I wish I could see my
question.
Was it really? Damn. Both.
Well, he not playing about giving these complicated answers. Okay.
Yeah, nah. Okay, would I rather? Not facial, for sure.
For sure, facial?
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
And you want to elaborate on that?
Everything.
Okay.
Like, I'm a fan of coming everywhere.
Okay.
So your mouth is cool too, but I want to see it.
But you want to see it.
I want to see it on you.
Okay, so you get more satisfaction from seeing the cum all over her.
Yeah,
got it.
Straight up. That's way better.
Thanks, bro.
Yeah.
Got you.
Okay.
Yep.
I had several questions.
All right, well, I'm going
one. I'm going to go with one.
We got time.
I want to propose it for everyone, so everyone can give their own perspective on this because some people may or may not have experienced this before.
Okay,
curious. Ice on nipples or tip or clit?
I've never experienced either. I feel like it might be easier to handle it on the nipples than it would be on the clit, but
I was gonna say that.
I've never experienced it, so I can't really choose. So that is a little difficult.
You never had ice on your nipples or your clit?
No.
Like, you never had a melt down there and then life just happened?
No, I have not. I cannot say that I've been fortunate enough to experience that. I'm sorry. So if you could just pray for me. Thank you.
I know Tazi's answer based off her response.
Right. She was like, what you mean you to tell me that you ain't?
No. I was prepared for this. I was like, no, maybe no one's ever, like some people have not experienced.
So I've done, I've done nipples with girls. I've never had a girl do that to me, but I've done that to a girl. As far as like getting head with the ice, that's a little extra. For me, it's like
too extra. It's too much
sensitive.
Yeah, it's like
because if you're cold,
it's cold. Yeah, it's cold. But it feels bomb though. It's fine.
I mean, I've heard both. So I in Trevor, both areas.
That's a question. I'll leave that for later.
I've heard some men don't even like their nipples touched, and then I heard some men love it. Absolutely,
I've heard the same thing.
I was talking about like the tip though.
Now the tip. Same situation.
Oh, okay.
Some men like just any type of interaction. Like they just like ice,
anything,
peanut butter,
breathe on it, blow it, whatever you want to do. Right?
Bro, get on that shit, bitch. Like
I feel that though.
Right? It is some like if it's
nigga said peanut butter.
Like if you shivering, the friend down there gonna shiver. So like then it's not gonna be a good thing. So like that's why I wanted to ask. I wanted to hear. Shannon, do you have any perspectives on the nipples and touching?
Ooh,
nipples versus clit with ice.
With ice.
With ice, I'm gonna go nipples because the clit it just hurts because it's too cold.
Okay. Yeah. Can't be still. You be running, huh?
Yeah, I'll be hella running. So I'm gonna go ahead and go with
the like freak.
I'm gonna go
beyond me. Okay, Trevor, you want to pose a question to the group?
Yeah, I'm done. I thought you had more though. Are we done?
I mean, no, we do, but we still gonna give you a chance to go.
It's would you rather.
Oh, would you rather? Oh, okay. Not the official question. Okay, so let me see. Would you rather? Let me think. Well, I want to know you guys' answers first before I get into my questions. What is you guys' answers for giving or receiving head for would you rather?
I'd rather give.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm not a real big fan of.
Did you take a deep breath?
I did take a deep breath because I wanted to really think thoroughly about my answer.
Maybe because I've only had one person give it to me right, and everybody else has kind of been mediocre. It's not bad, like don't get me wrong, but it's just like it's not as.
Well, let me ask this. So, if you what's worse, having a guy who like not having an 8 at all, or having to do like at least he's trying, and at least like is it getting 8? Or would you rather somebody not even try?
It's not a preference for me.
No, I would just don't do it. I don't know.
Bro, that's one just not even.
Yeah, I mean, only because like, okay, it depends. If you trying and you taking direction, then yes. But if I'm telling you stuff and you like blatantly ignore me, then like
trying to do your own thing.
Yeah, like trying to do your own thing, and I'm telling you that your own thing ain't working. Like you need to like let me help you.
Teach
exactly. So then it becomes like, all right, like nah, that's good. Like I'll let you like finish, but like ultimately, like if you're not gonna kind of like pay attention to like the sounds and the body language or just the direction that the girl or guy is giving you, then like, why are you gonna keep trying to do it if you're not listening to what they showing you that they want, telling you that they want,
Right.
But as far as my preference, I think that I would rather definitely give head, but that's just because I'm like exceptional. So,
exceptional.
I mean, I know that's a pretty big word to describe. I can think of a few other words to describe if you don't like exceptional, but I'm pretty fucking awesome. Like I'm pretty fucking great.
Do you have a banana or a cucumber that you can
Demonstrate
for the. No.
Right. But
he said, "Show you what that tongue ring all about."
You know.
She has a tongue ring for the listeners.
I do. For the listeners that do not know, I have a tongue ring. I don't have anything that I can demonstrate on, but if you want to like talk about something later on, we can probably talk about something later on.
We'll be prepared next time.
But like I think that because like the whole reaction that I get from the guy is kind of like you said earlier, like it's gold, you know. So like I'm looking for that, and like it's exciting me. So the more you are vocal about how great it is for you, the better I'm going to perform, and the more that I'm going to enjoy it. So, I don't know. Tassie, what about you?
I couldn't pick. It's a tie. And let me tell you why. Because unfortunately, like, I'm sorry. Like, y'all keep saying, like, I haven't had. And I'm just like, oh,
no, I've had some good, for sure.
No, I've had good, too. I'm just saying.
But I'm just saying that, like,
I was like,
I'm gonna bring this back up to y'all.
I can't.
No, we're gonna.
This is the topic to talk about.
My husband, goddamn it, we about to be on 9 years. Okay, we've been with each other for a very long time.
Right.
We have gotten past exploring and knowing we know what the fuck we doing now. So
that man know what he doing.
He makes my life. Like, you know, when some women, I don't know if you've seen the memes where my soul was snatched and my body come out of myself.
See, I'm the snatcher.
Inserts my body. Okay, so that's why I said it's a tie. Because just like he tag teaming my soul out, bitch, I go to work and take his soul out. Toes curling, life searching.
Right.
Gag,
dead,
you know.
Flatline.
Even for him, like make sure that I do perfect routines to make sure I have no gag reflex. Like, because I know it'll satisfy my husband. It'll keep our marriage alive and spicy. Like, whatever he needs, I'm going to perfect that motherfucking shit because I don't want anybody else to perfect shit that I know I can do for him. Like, that's no excuses, no complaints. Like, that is just a tie. Like, I love his reactions when I do what I got to do for my husband. I love that he does the same thing for his wife.
So how is that? Being that you guys have been together like 9 years and you kind of like, is there something new that you do to just keep it that
all the time?
Every time? Okay.
All the time. Like, I know this is going to be a different subject and
a whole nother episode.
Yes, a whole nother episode. I don't want to get too much into it.
So don't give me something.
There's just different things we learn based off things that we may watch. Or read about or hear about. And we like exploring. And another thing is not doing it the same way in the same place all the time. Because when you live with somebody, you can probably get comfortable doing it the same way in the same place. And that's not us. Like, we will do what we got to do. But we know it's important being in a long-term relationship to keep things spicy and to switch things up in order to please the other partner. Because I'm sorry, but I'm fucking popping. And I'm too goddamn.
I don't think they heard you. Say it again.
I'm too motherfucking popping. Like, I gotta keep things in short. I'm too motherfucking popping, nigga. Like, I know what I gotta do. Like, I've always been so goddamn extra and excited, and I bring that in my marriage to my husband because first of all, he was my friend first anyway. So it's like I'm tag teaming his life with my friend anyways, and it comes into our sex life. So, I mean, God is good. He knew what he was doing.
We're gonna bring God into this, boy. Right. Got you. Okay, I have another question. So would you rather doggy style or would you rather ride or be rode?
I'm kind of in the middle. I'm in the middle of that. I don't really have a preference. Earlier, younger, when I was younger, I would say doggy, but I'm in the middle now at this point.
Okay. I was gonna say the opposite. So, like, in the beginning of like learning sex and figuring out sex in life and like definitely it used to be doggy style because I'd be like, you just bend over and he just smack your life up, pop, 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 right?
Blow your back out, right?
But you can feel it tingling through your nervous system from so like you just taking dick left and right, like, life was good, right? But then more experience, you become a pro at writing. I'm sorry, but if you know how to write some dick, like, you can just feel it way more as a writer. Like it's surfboard. Like I'm sorry. Like if you know how to ride dick, like you just being on top of your partner, and then a woman's G spot, like scientifically, is positioned in a certain way that way to where if you're doing the position correctly, you're gonna. And not a lot of women. I have facts on this. I got it right here. If you want me to read them. There's only a certain amount of women who get the amazing experience of coming vaginally.
Yeah, that's deep.
There's only a certain amount of women in this world. It is a very small percent, and it's very sad. Like I was sad reading the statistics. I'm like,
bless their heart. That happened.
I think isn't there like a percentage, like a big percentage of women who've never had an orgasm at all? Too?
Right.
Or even think about the ones who have had orgasms, but they don't even know what an orgasm is, so they don't know what they experience.
Okay, so there are two types of female orgasms.
Okay.
While orgasms are pretty straight up for men, with women, they are a bit more complicated.
Right.
In fact, women can have two types of orgasms. And you guys both know vaginal and clitoral, correct?
Right.
They are both enjoyable on their own. When done together, the experience can be quite eye-opening. You don't have the goddamn percentage. Where did I put the percentage?
You don't have the percentage? Like, all of a sudden, I'm reading it and ready.
I was trying. That was the whole point. I thought I had it on here. Sorry.
But no, I feel you. The percentages are low.
It was a low percentage. It was like, okay. So anyways, my point, I picked writing.
Okay. You look like a writer, though. I picked that for you before you.
She just danced. Like, her leg strength
I was like, I've known since day one you was going to be a writer.
Right,
you get on my nerves.
Like, yo, damn, I'm trying to tell you, her lecture. She used to do the damn splits, bro.
I can still do them.
She's like, oh no, I can still
hell yeah. Toss used to bust the splits out at any given second.
We be walking in the middle of the street, boom, hit it. Yeah, so I saw that for you. I did.
She said I saw that for you.
I'm just saying, scientifically, like being a writer, like doggy style, don't get me wrong, I'm not about to downplay doggy style, like that shit don't feel bomb. Whatever position my husband into, I'm into, you know.
Got you.
Because he an ass man, and I'm gonna bend that ass over for him whenever he asks. But for me personally, like if I'm riding, like that's gonna get me where I need to get. And you know,
gotcha.
I highly recommend our listeners as women to get on board and
get on top of that board.
Get on top, because if your man, if he right where he need to be, just relax, bitch. Like just relax and just let the waves just come.
Which do you
terminology?
Right, she be on it with her little puns and stuff.
And there's like, I mean, I've read this, well, not read this, but I've heard about this. But there's like two different kinds of riding, right? So there's one where like your feet are kind of flat,
right? You on your feet,
you can like bounce on it, right? And then there's like the grinding,
version.
So is it true that guys hate the grinding?
Yes, that does not feel good. That's for y'all.
No. I know somebody who prefers the grinding.
Really? What?
Yes. Yeah, I know somebody who prefers. I know a couple people who prefer grinding.
Really?
So I think it's just a preference.
So it's for sure.
I think I know people who like the more on your feet. That's what I hear a lot more.
A lot of people like on your feet.
I believe
Okay, but that's your preference, basically, is on your feet.
I feel you.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
no,
mine.
I found the percentage, by the way.
Okay, she's like, I was gonna find it.
It was honest. I just had to scroll up a little bit because I had a lot of like research to read about.
They use
75% of men in relationships have an orgasm with their partner compared to 30% of women.
Damn.
Have you ever faked an orgasm?
Yes.
Yeah,
I know y'all. Every girl has.
No, I don't fake nothing at all, ever.
Really?
it's either
I don't fake nothing at all.
Ever. It's either like a yes or no. It's like sometimes like I don't even get to ask, so then I don't even bother like letting you know. But like if I'm asked, I'm like, nah.
Okay, so that's the thing then, that you and your partner, whoever you were with, they didn't communicate with you. You guys did what y'all had to do when you was on.
Listen. I've been trying to tell y'all about the men and their comprehension these past 2 hours we've been talking.
Damn.
But I'm not going to blame it all on them though, because if I am me just personally, like just I don't want to say like just now, but I'm getting more and more in tune with like exploring my own self. So I'm finding more stuff that I do like or dislike on my own. So I have to bring that to the table when I am with somebody else. So I can't just be silent and expect them to know. You know
exactly what you want.
Right, exactly. Sometimes I would go with the flow because I'm like, oh, I never know. I might like that. So I'm just let them do them, you know, and then it turns out it's like I don't. But then I don't want them to just keep doing it and think that is something that I do like if it's not, you know?
Yeah.
So you have to speak
but
up.
You never want to just lay there on your back and let them go to work. Like, that's the thing where it comes to confidence. Like, niggas be thinking they like when they fuck you, they
bust their ass down so they can learn.
No. You ain't got shit to brag about. You ain't get shit for me. Like, I'm sorry.
Yeah. Nope. So with that number so low, the orgasm number for women being 33%. So do y'all think that's 30? Oh, 30, even lower. So do y'all think that's like because of dudes not performing well, or do you think it's women not exploring their sexuality? And
I think it's both. It's both.
Absolutely both.
Definitely both.
I agree.
Yeah, for sure. Because I know some girls who have never masturbated and they've never made themselves have an orgasm.
I know some girls like that.
I don't know if it's possible for someone else to give you an orgasm if you've never had one yourself. I don't know if it's possible.
Right. Because you don't know what you want them to stroke for. Like,
right, exactly. You know how to get there mentally.
Feel your body.
Yeah. And then too, it is a lot mental too, because like if you have a lot on your mind, you're not going to be able to relax and enjoy.
You gotta relax.
And then like Flo said, you have to speak up. Like if you don't like do something, bro. Like you're not doing it right.
Like, do something right. Like come on.
Because dudes don't know. Like niggas.
No, y'all don't. Y'all be thinking
niggas be poking and don't know where they aiming for. Like I'm not here for it.
Bro.
You can't be playing peekaboo with pussy. Like not how it's supposed to.
I'm not here for the poke.
Just be trying to kill shit and really don't be taking the time. Like
not a damn thing.
Everybody
like,
just
all you doing is hurting my stomach. Like come on.
So y'all talking about the what's it called? I have girls that are girls, a jackrabbit or the sledgehammer.
Yeah, jackrabbit, sledgehammer, none of that shit. Like that. We're not here for that.
At all. Like, and these little girls that be taking that shit, like stop.
Like you gonna have to feel
it's different than just telling them to stop. Some girls be dead ass in love
and don't know.
They don't know any better. They just want to please this person, and they know if they got something to give this person and they still with this person, then they think all is good.
Right.
And see, for me, like I said, like I'm doing more on my own now. Like not probably just because I'm single. I don't have anybody else to do anything with. So I'm figuring some shit out today. Okay. Like obviously that's going to help me when I'm with somebody else. But like I said, in the past, I've been a more go with the flow type of person, like just because they might know more than what I think I know. So I felt like, oh, well, maybe it might be something like good, like, you know, like, okay, like I could.
Closed mouth can't get fed.
Right, exactly. So like I've learned quickly, like no, like go with the flow is not always right. Like that's only like right. Sometimes it work out, sometimes it don't, you know?
Right.
And so then when I do open my mouth, sometimes like I've said stuff or like, you know, like I'm like, oh, do like this or slow down here or go faster here. Like it don't really get received like it should be, you know, like they don't really follow through. Or like I've had like somebody like laugh and I'm just like, why are you laughing? Like this is like I'm trying to tell you like what you doing wrong or like what I want you to do and you not really like taking it seriously. So in situations like that, like shit don't really get done, you know.
That's like, someone who's not in tune with your body. They just want
they just along for the ride and they more so like worried about themselves or, you know,
like, get your selfish ass on away from me because we both gonna have to split this problem.
Right.
Like, so you better at least
like I'm not selfish, like, or at least I don't try to be selfish. If I'm the one that's like in control or doing stuff, or if I'm like giving you head, like I guarantee you're not going to like get up saying that you were disappointed, and I put that on my life. Like, like I mean, like I know I keep stressing about how like good, like, you know, I really am, but like not to brag, but like, you know, like I'm MVP type shit. Like
I'm rolling.
Like I'm great.
So, fire.
Like I want you to know, like I'm going to try to do everything in my power possible to like make
now.
Sure
here's why I want to counter that.
You know?
You are amazing at what you do. But is that the person you giving all that energy to gonna give it to you?
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like if I'm not getting that reciprocated, then that's the problem. That's
like I feel like you going straight head in. Like,
does that have to do with
do what I gotta do?
Right? Like no matter what. What'd you say, Shannon?
So does that go back to the type of people that you choose to engage in those activities with?
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, it does go back. I mean, and sometimes in the beginning, you kind of don't know that person is going to be selfish until you get into that situation with them. Yep. Or they may think that they're not selfish. They may think that what they're doing works because it worked for other girls in the past, but they come across you and it don't work for you, but they thinking it should because they ain't had no complaints thus far. Even if a girl may or may not like this, sometimes people not always going to voice their opinion because they don't want to hurt the other person's feelings, so they're just going to ride with it.
Right.
So that leads me into this question. Trevor, what type of women do you prefer? Like all around, not just sexually.
Like what attracts you to a woman?
That's honestly, I don't know. That's tough because there's so many different factors that goes into like.
Okay, name your top 5 then.
Okay, we're talking about personality wise, right? Not physical.
Yeah, not physical.
No, you can go all.
You can go anything. Anything.
Yeah.
Anything. I think like a good communicator is like the number one thing. And that sounds kind of crazy, but like Nicole was talking about how she was having sex with a dude or whatever, and then like she was trying to direct him or give him pointers and it wasn't going good.
Right.
But I feel like communication will boost your relationship with somebody like 100. So
I completely and 150,000% agree with you.
Everything.
50,000.
50,000.
I'm a mental person. Like if you could connect with me mentally, bruh, let me tell you, we can get it popping. But if I'm having a conversation with you, there's nothing I have for you. Like you're not gonna turn me on in any way, shape, or fashion.
And if I'm not like attracted to you like that, like if I'm sexually attracted to you, like it might be good. But if I'm really like it's deeper, like on a more like mental level, then like anything is that much more explosive to me because I like you more than like just me fucking with some random dude. But like if I really like fuck with you, then like everything is gonna like feel better. Like the little shit, even like it could be little shit. I'm like, oh my god, this shit is fire. But it's just because I really, really fuck with that person,
Your headspace is in a good space.
Right.
And then communication doesn't even just translate through sex, like in your relationship, period.
Right.
Like you guys aren't always gonna agree on stuff, but if y'all can communicate, that shit's gonna flow. Y'all gonna be good. Cool. Y'all gonna be making up. Like everything's gonna be solid. And that's just very important. So communication is a good one to start with.
It's huge. And then we think about like, we talking about, I know we're gonna dive into this later, but we're talking about situationships and complications. And honestly, I feel like 90% of situationships and complicated relationships is because somebody didn't communicate enough.
Exactly.
The lack of somebody wasn't keeping it real. Somebody's being sneaky. You know what I'm saying? It always comes down to communication, man. So if a girl is really good at communicating, then that just makes everybody's life a little bit easier. But it's not only on her. You know what I'm saying? I gotta do the same shit.
You gotta meet us halfway. Because sometimes like dudes don't. That y'all do not meet us halfway, or like or the girls don't meet y'all halfway, and you feel like you are over doing it, you're trying to compensate for both of y'all not really communicating.
Yeah, that don't work though.
And it does not.
So in that case, do you just shut down the situationship or whatever the relationship?
I don't. I probably should in some cases, but I have not.
I mean, some people just deal with it and they just stuck in a situation.
Or some people try to help the person that they're with, like try to teach them how to communicate. And it's like
that's sometimes true too.
Sometimes that works, but sometimes people just, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you kind of like
you can't teach somebody who don't want to learn.
Right. Exactly. And then you overdo it. Like you so caught up in trying to teach that person everything that they need to know to be with you. In reality, like it might be a situation you just need to leave because they're not equipped to be with you in the first place,
Yeah,
so definitely. Like you can't teach somebody how to be perfect for you or like be good enough for you. That's just something that they have to learn on their own or be willing to become or just already be,
Yeah.
So
Trevor, you said communication. What's next?
So what's another factor, quality?
Factors for, all right, so let me think.
I'm about to Google top qualities in relationships right
now. No, I'm reading the topics for the day. Let me think. What else? I'm going to do a physical one next.
All right.
Go ahead with it. Like, is there anything specific you need physically?
White skin.
Yo, you don't do my boy.
Don't do me like that. That's crazy. It's really crazy. Like I was
go ahead and speak on it because you keep getting brought up. Go ahead.
I can't have my niggas thinking that.
Okay.
I'm that type, like I'm super.
That man said he want a black queen. Stop.
You're pro-black for real?
I'm the most pro-black person I know. No bullshit.
I thought so too.
No bullshit.
I believe it.
But you know what? A lot of, and I'm not throwing no dig at you. I'm just saying this.
Yeah.
A lot of pro-black men always get
white women.
I've heard discussions. There's a discussion that I've heard before that people say that it's impossible for you to be pro-black if you date outside of the black.
I don't think that's true.
I don't necessarily
very invested in your culture, but love who you love. We do not see color here. We are not judgmental. Podcast, I'm just poking fun at you.
Well, I just want to double back. Yeah. I mean, but like we can't say that we don't see color though, because like that's being a colorblind society is not the way that we live. Like it's impossible. Like color is a factor. So, but
I think we've all dated or liked someone outside of our race.
Absolutely. And I disagree that like you can definitely be pro-black and date outside your race. Now, where it comes down to is how you treat your own people. Like now, if you you can't be pro-black and then
a black woman,
disrespect a black woman or a black man, because
even not lift up.
Counterproductive. Or exactly.
It's not good enough to just not disrespect. Like that's not good enough.
Exactly. And the person that you with has to understand and be aware of.
Nah, the person. If you're black, and you're with someone who's not black, the person that you're with has to be pro-black.
Absolutely, and they need to understand in all aspects.
They have to understand social
black experience.
Yeah.
They can't be unaware. They can't. Well, my husband's black, so I just don't say that.
Don't
say it has to go.
Honestly, I would even go as far as saying like if you with somebody who's not black and you're black, that person needs to ride for black people harder than you do because
harder.
If you have kids with that person, then you don't want somebody who's not socially aware. That's dangerous.
Exactly.
That's mad dangerous,
to bring it back,
especially for young black men. Come on now.
Not only is it dangerous, they ain't gonna know how to comb your little black daughter's hair. Like she gonna be looking all wild.
That shit's like,
say it again for them louder in the back.
Let me get back.
Let's focus. My bad.
Let me get back to the
whole other segment.
Yeah, it is. But we already here. So hold on. So let me get back into the theory or the perspective that you can't be pro-black if you date outside of your race. So the whole thing is, I do understand that because it's like when you think about the social context that we're living in right now. I think it would be like super ignorant to ignore the fact that black women are undervalued in society. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And I wouldn't even go as far as just saying undervalued. I would even go as far as saying like
undervalued.
I don't say ignore, misrepresented, underrepresented, like everything. So it's kind of like I get it though. I do get it because if it was somebody else, you're not with somebody who's black, and if you consider yourself a good person, it's like you gotta be trying to uplift your people and procreate with your people to further your people.
Uplift.
It might sound super radical to say some shit like that, but then again, it's not.
But no, it's very important.
People preserve their race all the time. It's like natural. It's natural human or natural mammal.
Natural selection.
Instinct. Yeah. In your blood. It's in your
blood.
Yeah.
Darwinism.
Mm-hmm. And that's
so just to clear up.
Well, then let me stop poking fun.
So my perspective from the beginning was, I really just like, I know there's fine girls of every ethnicity. Mm-hmm. So that was kind of just always my thing. It's like, I know there's cute girls and ugly girls of every race.
Okay. So why do you think that people, and I'm going to include us in this, think that you seem like the guy to only date like white women or Spanish women or Hispanic women or something like that? Like, what do you think that we're getting this from? Like, why are we making this up? Like,
I think, because so let me look at it like this. So 6th grade and 7th grade were the 2 years that I was out in Bakersfield. 6th grade.
I feel like it was longer than that.
Me too.
I mean, they were in Bakersfield longer, but maybe like the time that we spent around them for sure was like.
Because I used to go hang with them at their cousin's house. Like when I had my car.
So but Shannon,
where the fuck was I?
A little bit after. So that was like, when was that? That had to be like 8th because we came back in 8th grade, like at the end of the year.
No, but y'all was, I could have sworn it was like sophomore year because I got a car in sophomore year.
Well, we was around sophomore. We was around.
Y'all was just going to a different school, if I'm not mistaken.
They went to like Foothill or some shit.
I went to Foothill freshman year, but sophomore year I was in Southern California.
Yeah. Okay, so then it had to be like the end of freshman year. But I remember I was driving because I remember pulling up on y'all. Or maybe y'all came back to visit and Matt had a party. That's what it was. And I pulled up on y'all. I remember
all the time. Yeah, we used to.
That makes sense. That makes sense.
But I think I got that right because I did date white girls. Like I had a white girlfriend in 7th grade. I had I had 2 white girlfriends in 7th grade. And 7th grade was the most important year. I won't say the most important, but that was like the most popping year.
Your year, right? That was
first year.
Man, that year, huh?
No, not for me. Not for me. That shit was a struggle for me. I'm talking about for us, like your first, like that's like your first taste of like high schoolish, high school.
Exactly.
So I think that was like that was my first full year of going to school in Bakersfield. Well, besides like third grade or first and second grade. And that year I had 2 white girlfriends. So I think everyone saw me as like,
he only fuck your white girls.
Yeah. But, I mean, me and Nicole were talking about this. I had a big, I don't want to say a name, but I had a
a big crush on a black girl.
I had a few.
A few, yeah, I remember a few. Oh, shit. But we ain't gonna say no names. But
not saying names, though.
Why would you? But you know what? It's weird though because like you had those crushes, but like to our knowledge, there was no action upon those. We only saw more action with the females that were the lighter.
Like, were you
intimidated other race? You know.
Nah, not at all. Not at all. I've never been intimidated. It's never been intimidation.
I don't even think it was that. I just think it was because like it was a trend. You know, like it just.
I can say that. Yeah.
It seemed in to be dating or messing with a girl that was not black, so it was just kind of like
because we was all getting roasted. Like
we were
like, but not by me and my brother.
Like
not by you.
You know, y'all did. I never did. I don't want to get y'all to do that.
Yeah, that wasn't us because me and my brother both like I don't know.
Yeah, you know, so it's like
I never.
Y'all we was the homie, but like we didn't get the love that like the other girls got. You know, like the other girls.
I wouldn't even say that.
I said on one.
I don't want to say that because
I feel like maybe you didn't get the title or something like that because him and his brother always show love. Like they never like.
I mean, yeah, but I mean like no, I meant like relationship wise. Like we would always see the like the other races were getting like chose up. You know.
Oh yeah, for real.
No,
I don't know. Like, you had like a strong crush on a black girl in junior high.
Well, okay, so this leads me to the next question. Is it because they're more likely to do situationships?
I didn't know that.
Or have you ever posed a situationship to a black girl or woman?
I've never proposed a situationship to either ethnic group. Honestly,
I don't really think anybody proposes situationships. It just kind of
happens.
Yeah.
But
but it has to be a conversation. So it has to be accepted.
I mean, there's a conversation, but I don't think so we finna be in a situation. I think it's more so like, I mean, like I fuck with you, you fuck with me. We both know what's up, but like we don't.
And let's clarify too.
It's an unstable relationship.
Yeah. Like a relationship without a title is kind of like.
Because y'all already did the relationship with benefits, and the benefits just keep happening until someone.
and then one of y'all, gonna feel over than what y'all should be feeling, and so then that's when it becomes a problem. It's like, okay, well, I don't feel the same way.
Like
one of y'all not gonna be on the same page.
Wait, but what was your question?
So Trevor, did you just roll into a situationship, or have you ever rolled into a situationship? Because you said you never posed the question to either ethnic group.
Yeah. So you're asking it, have I ever just ended up with one? But are you talking about like the difference between ending up in a situationship with a black girl versus one with a non-black girl?
Yes. Sorry, I should have clarified. Yes.
Okay. No, it's cool. I'm trying to think of situationships I've been in.
Because I feel like black girls are a lot more possessive and selfish.
It depends, because some black girls don't get good.
That's true.
Some black girls just be ready for whatever
out here.
I don't know. So we talking about situationships, not open relationships, right? Like,
but I feel like they're one and the same person.
Yeah, it's the same thing.
Well, okay, so for me, I didn't like the whole realm of like of being open relationships, or like that whole thing didn't really become even an option for me until more recently. So like back in the day, it's like that wasn't even an option.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And so with me, as far as like looking for situationships, I never really looked for situationships only because like my dating experience growing up was super weird. Like that shit was super, super weird. And mainly because I don't really, I never really been a type to like approach girls. It's kind of like whoever.
So you don't shoot your shot?
Whoever likes me, likes me. I like them back.
So you always waited for a girl to come to you?
Yeah, straight up. I mean, I'll talk like if I know a girl's feeling me and if I want to like approach her, then I might see what's up. But most of the time it's like you got to make it painfully obvious. Otherwise, like I'm not going. So you know what I'm saying.
Okay, so then
situationships that happened kind of just happened. It wasn't like I hit a girl up like, hey, I'm just trying to fuck.
And she was like, shit, me too. Like nothing like that.
Yeah, exactly. And then shit
trying
got
to be
weird.
respectful
Like,
let me try him on this.
Right.
You trying to be respectful on a
based
low.
off what y'all told me from back in the day, I feel like I should have been on that.
Girls probably would have been wide.
Yeah, girls who's feeling you.
Girl, I'm trying to tell you. They knows would have been why for Trever. Right. I'm trying to tell you.
And you know what? It's funny. Like as like your homegirls, I feel like maybe we should have
we should have told
we should have told you like no, like this girl like
no time out. I take that back. I tried to tell Trever people liked him, and he just did not.
Shannon did.
He did not.
With girls he didn't give a fuck about.
Wait, what I say?
That type of relationship. At that point, we had developed that type of relationship because we would go chill over there by the store in a little cut.
Yo,
oh, talking. Because at that point, we had the relationship, and I told Trever like, this person like you, this person like you, and he was never listening.
But here's the hard part: you can tell somebody that somebody like them, but if they got a crush on somebody else and they mind isn't,
they don't see shit else. But
and it could have been the same person. I wouldn't know, but Trever just wasn't that person to disclose that information.
But never gonna be like, well, I like this.
I don't know why. Like I think back at it, even like recent days, like I don't know why I don't just like
private AF
make moves. Yeah, just private. I really
you like to keep to yourself, and then that's kind of a.
I like being hard to get. You gotta
okay.
Yeah.
I respect.
I'm not. You gotta earn it. You gotta. You know.
Oh, so how does one earn it?
Know your worth, bro. Know your worth. I'm for it.
Real shit.
How does a girl go about earning the interest of Trever Colton? For the listeners out there. I don't know if we talked
about this, but like assertiveness is big. So you know, like if I'm not approaching you, then you gotta.
And that's the thing for me. I would never. Not saying I'm trying to approach Trever.
But Trever, you just said you don't be approaching females.
Yes. Wait, you said what?
You just said you don't be approaching females.
Right, so the girl has to be assertive. She need to come up to him and be like, yo,
I want to
what it is.
And it doesn't have to be that like
not that blunt, but
straightforward, like literally, but like you gotta
I'm blunt.
Being assertive, like that's like the first thing.
Okay, so then
that kind of automatically separates you. If you're somebody who will do that, most girls won't. So that automatically makes me think like, okay, she might be a little bit different. And I like different.
So, but different in a good way though, because some guys feel like girls who are a little bit more assertive are kind of like hoes, like they out there, you know, like they.
Excuse you, it's 2018. The word is thirsty.
Whatever.
Yeah, we in a hypersensitivity age. That word is,
right. I'm trying to tell you, hoes is embraced right now, so okay, you would be thirsty then.
That's not fair because like. That's a real thing though. Like
it is a real thing.
It's like it's not fair.
Like a hell of a real thing.
Okay, so if that's okay, how did you? We skipped over something, so I'm going back to it.
Okay,
because I'm catching all the digs he's throwing. But anyway,
yeah. Wait, at who?
We nobody. You're not throwing digs at nobody. I'm just saying you throwing out gold, and I'm catching it. Like,
no, please do.
You want the gems
because I might be explaining shit in a weird way, and like. So
no, you're good. You're good. Trust me. Okay, so you said more recently you're open to having a discussion about an open relationship. What willed you to that area? Like, how did you come up? How did that come about?
I was actually in an open relationship, but it was like how that one came about. I thought she was just completely. I don't want to say completely straight because I don't know if anyone's completely straight, but she definitely wasn't dating girls or seeing girls. You know what I'm saying? So. And then eventually, like it came up after she finally became comfortable enough with me. She kind of eventually told me that she's been attracted to women for a while, but never acted on it, whatever. So my whole thing was like I was kind of like, damn, that's like a whole part of experience in life that you never really like what I'm saying got to explore. So my whole thing was I was just like, if you want to mess with girls, then I mean, I wouldn't stop you from that. And I'm not saying I want to be included in anything. Like, this is your own person.
I would, a guy hearing that, I'd be like, not being immediately, no?
Wait, you said you would have been what, Tassie?
Like, if I hear my girl is interested in girls, like, immediately I would have thought, okay, threesome. Like,
okay, don't get me wrong. Like, I'm not super nigga. Like, my first thought was threesome too. Like,
so we fucking or not? Like,
right. Bring the bitch by. What's good? Like,
let me know.
Right.
Nah, but it was like that was one of the situations where I really tried to put my own selfish desires aside and like, okay, this is a human being who only gets one life. Like, let her explore like a part of existence.
Y'all explore, y'all team now.
That's deep. Yeah. No, like, we gotta take a moment to acknowledge what he just said. Like
that's really sweet.
He's trying to allow somebody else to mature and grow into what they need to be. That's mad respect for you even saying.
You're dope, Trev.
No fact.
But I mean. It did it. I think eventually it did become more like a threesome happened. So
Okay.
I guess karma might have just helped me out with that.
Okay, so do you feel like
how was that experience? You can't just say you had a threesome and then like just move on. So like, was that how was that
a threesome? Whatever.
Was that a great experience?
Yeah, it's a great experience. Every man's dream. Yeah, it's everything is hyped up to be.
Is it really? Because I feel sometimes
it's better than it is though, a little bit. Like
like they be like movies and porn just be making it seem like it's lit, but I feel like it's just not.
It's not
like that. Like at some point you gonna be like watching. It's just
it's popping though. It's fun though. It really depends. Like if you have two people that are like everyone's having fun and everyone's like communicating and shit is super cool, then you know what I'm saying, it's a good experience. It's fun.
Okay, now, so how was that?
Oh, go ahead, Shannon.
No, go ahead. I want mine.
Did you pay attention to just your partner or both ladies?
Right.
If you have a threesome and you got a girl, your girl got to come first, no matter what. No matter how bad.
That's a good answer.
Do not focus on the other girls.
But please don't act like you ain't got no sense.
Right. Let her do the work, and you do what you're supposed to do, so you can make it happen again. Like,
yeah, because if you just focus on the other girl, it's not happening ever again.
Trevor is just amazing. Everybody, Trevor's single. He's single. I gotta plug my boy. He
said, "Get out of here."
Shannon's been looking out for me on the.
I gotta plug him. Good God.
Plug me, plug me.
But I'm really going to know, like, okay, so wait, time out. I missed that whole plug. What is happening?
Wait, I didn't hear that either.
And that's all we have today for Minds That Matter. Please.
No, what just happened? Because she rode all the way off.
You gotta know that.
Okay,
I gotta get this.
Trevor, have you had any one night stands?
Yes.
Oh,
y'all want to hear about this story?
Yes, we do. I'm ready for it.
I haven't had too many though. I ain't gonna lie. Like I haven't had too many.
I feel like they're hard to come by. Like, how do you ask somebody if you want to have a one night stand? Like, how does that
happen? You just happen. You in a club, pop out.
You gotta be out. Yeah,
you can be out, and you just like, okay, let me just take this bitch in the alley real quick. Like, that's the type of
in the alley. Why so dark?
That's a dark.
Yeah, you could be out of.
Okay, my bad, y'all. The parking lot, the car, wherever
it could be a bathroom. Like bathroom inside with some heat. Yeah. Like
I feel like I'm gonna get arrested. I can't be doing shit like that.
Goodness, you in the cars in the alley.
Bro, I've got caught, ran up on by police so many times having sex in the car.
Yo, and you
really?
Like, you ain't registered as a sex offender yet?
No, I'm lucky. Luckily, no.
Like,
how do you just get caught? I feel like that's not. How did you get caught?
I don't know, man.
If you have to be out police publicly, the police outside. Like
no. I know how you can get in trouble for it, of course. But I'm saying, how does he get caught?
Like y'all don't mean the
it's dark. It's like the car is parked around the other cars. It doesn't look like it's not a car in the middle of nowhere.
Right. So I don't know. So it don't look suspicious. So the police is out minding somebody else's business.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh,
but back to the question.
Yeah. So how was the one I said? Yeah, let's delve into that.
Well, I'll tell y'all.
Oh, we what? We delving into.
Yeah, I said that on purpose.
We have a podcast.
Right. We want y'all to know delve was actually a word. We looked at it.
Delve is a word. DELVE. Delve.
Yeah,
I'm gonna start I'm putting that in my story. Watch, y'all gonna be reading up.
Okay, let this man tell his story about the damn
word.
Okay, my bad. I'm sorry, Trevor.
Go ahead, Trevor.
Tell us about your one night stand and how
you want to delve into this.
I mean, he really looked it up. Trevor.
Yeah, I mean, I got one. I got one for you. It's not the craziest story, but pretty much we out here at the strip club, whatever.
Oh.
And with me being a broke ass nigga, or used to be a broke ass nigga, I'm not throwing money. I'm just enjoying the vibe. Yeah, I'm not showing out. I'm not trying to.
I respect that. You got bills.
Yeah, niggas ain't trying to splurge. Yeah, it's a weekday.
Gas money, okay.
Yeah, gas. Yeah. So I mean, usually though, I go into the strip club ready to give back to the community. You know what I'm saying? this particular time,
you were not in
this particular time. Yeah, shit was rough. So I wasn't really feeling charitable like that.
Okay.
Yeah. So this is a disgrace to mention that, but yeah, I wasn't really throwing no cash this time. But I mean, it was a slow night, and it was like a smaller strip club or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And I think because it was such a small environment and such a it was like a weeknight, and since shit wasn't really crazy popping, like a lot of
was you in LA?
Nah, this was actually out here in Oklahoma, like a few years ago. Yeah, so since it was a slow night, it's like the strippers was kind of like just talking to people, like it was just some cool ass girls or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And then yeah, I don't know. One girl was just
One of the strippers.
One of the strippers.
One of the strippers. Yeah, okay. One of the strippers.
Oh boy!
Came by to start like chopping it up with her, whatever, and then. We was talking about how I'm from Cali and how she never been there, and I'm like,
oh, that's enough.
I'm over here gaming her. When she asked that, she was like, "You're not from here, are you?" I was like, "Nah."
So you stay from California, niggas be just on it.
I played the card. I played the Cali card.
I know it.
Them eyes too.
The eyes.
She was in a trance.
Eye contact. Yeah, nah. Yeah. But yeah, we got to chopping it up, whatever, and then long story short, I asked her if she smoked, and she said yeah. So we smoked after this. She was with it, and then. Went to a spot and I got it popping.
Okay.
So, nothing crazy, but it's just a night with a stripper. One night stand.
Was it good though? Like, did she do all that twerking and shit on you? Or was it regular? Yeah. Oh, she did twerk on you?
I don't know if she twerked, but she did this weird position where it's like missionary but spread eagle. Mm-hmm. Oh, she put her legs but she put her legs behind her head, like from in this spread eagle.
And so you were a fan of that, huh?
Never seen that before.
Right, never seen that before. I'm trying to see what that'd be like. Okay. That's interesting.
So it's safe to say you prefer a bond with somebody over a title.
Oh yeah, 100%. I'm really not big on titles. Overall, I'm really big on bonds though. I don't think like. I don't know. I don't know if I believe in monogamy. I don't know if I believe that humans were meant to be monogamous. I'm not sure. I won't go as far as saying like I'm positive, but it's like I'm really not sure. So it's like I feel like the bond you have with somebody, whether it's a friendship bond, whether it's a committed relationship with somebody,
you like vibes.
It's all about vibes. Yeah, it's all about how you interact with somebody or how y'all feel around each other. Really.
So you wouldn't?
Y'all agree? Like Tassie, Shannon, y'all agree about bonds versus titles?
I definitely agree with bonds versus titles. I don't think I could be unmonogamous though. I'm not.
My whole perspective has actually changed because I'm in a relationship. Like, girl, me would have been down for whatever. Like, if we cool, we cool. If we vibe, we vibe. Mm-hmm. My husband has made my perspective change because I'm into like church and everything, and then like. I'm more of like, now I'm possessed as fuck. We've been in this too goddamn long. We done invested life. I done had your kid, went through labor, like goddamn it.
Oh, like right. So it's like because like the connection you guys built.
The connection is explosive now. It's like you can start a fire with this connection. We just it's passion, it's beyond passion now. Like we can read each other's minds. Like that's just how we are specifically because it's almost been a damn decade since we've been like together. Right. We got together in 2010. Like, you know what I mean? Like I literally sleep and breathe this person's air every day of my life. Like there's no type of bond that can break that. And if it does, then shit. Like, you know, shit. Like we the shit. Like
that's how you know it's real. That's
how you know it's real. Like, you know what I'm saying? And but how it got that way is because we were friends first. Like we were friends. We had Mr. Bernard and actors together. Like
I had that man. I had him.
Right.
History, right? Like English.
Bernard missed a history class.
History. I thought he was like English.
No, I had him
history.
Riddleberger? History. Was that a teacher?
Yeah, Mr. Bernard. He was one of the 8th grade.
No, he's not Riddleberger.
I said Riddleberger.
No, I got one ear on. The other ear is out. It was like too much.
I've never heard that at all.
I forgot what his name was. It was like an old white dude.
Mr. Knickerbocker.
Mr. Lamar.
Knickerbocker.
I love Knickerbocker.
Oh, what a
I said Mr.
Riddleberger. Yeah.
So what is it? Knickerbocker. Yeah.
Mr. Knickerbocker is still there, by the way.
He is?
No.
Shout out to Mr. Knickerbocker.
My nephew
was like the first old head that showed me respect as a human being. Like,
heck yeah, most definitely. I completely agree.
I never had him.
Like I wasn't just.
He was dope.
Like that. He's cool as fuck, man.
He's older, way older now. But
because he was old when we was there. Shit.
That's what I'm saying. He was.
Mr. Knickerbocker, Mr. Lammer, and Mr. Jones, I think they're all still there.
That's wild.
Mr. Lammer rode that fucking bike.
And he's still running with this.
Hey, Tassie, did we have children together?
Yes, we did. Yes.
Children's was dope too.
Children's was 7th grade.
Ethan?
7th grade. We had English and reading with Mr. Childress.
Yep.
I don't think I had class with none of y'all ever, except for in elementary.
We always had the same classes because I'm telling you, we had like the same.
Because y'all niggas are smart. I was in remedial class, so I don't know.
Bitch, we was fucking popping.
It's a completely different situation. Don't say that.
Wait, no, I was for sure. I was in special classes. I'm not.
Wait, what?
I know that, but I'm saying it was because of certain circumstances that were
Oh, yeah. I mean, like I have a learning disability, so I mean that's what it was. But it was.
And you got 2 masters, so
I don't have no 2 masters.
I mean, you got 2 degrees. I mean,
what?
2 degrees.
It's in mathematics, though. So clearly, social work has shit to do with math. So I'm good.
Listen. Quit discrediting yourself.
I'm
degrees. Hold on.
I got 2 degrees. I'm great as fuck. I told y'all earlier I was great. Yes. I was just letting y'all know, and it's okay. Those of you out who, out there that had to take like remedial classes, RSP, you got an IEP or 504 plan. It don't matter. You great.
You great. Just find your niche.
You're gonna be somebody
you're passionate about, and you're gonna be good.
I'm telling you, they told my mama, they was like, she gonna be slow. She probably not gonna make it past this. She gonna be in this type of class her whole life. And then my mom was like, all right, because I was born prematurely. So they was like, she gonna have a lot of developmental issues, X, Y, Z. And then like, boom, niggas out here.
Boom, you graduated from Rutgers University.
Went to Rutgers University.
Boom. Boom.
But,
we always gonna be your hype man, bitch.
Right.
Ooh, I know, to the end. Y'all gonna let niggas know.
To this day.
This is my friend right here. She got a master's degree.
To this day.
Telling everybody.
No, that was my dad.
Dope, though.
He dead ass in New York talking to people he didn't even know. Yeah,
I remember
California, man. My daughter just got a master's degree talking to strangers. I'm like,
be proud. Let him be
proud. I just want you to know.
He deserved that.
He was
my
like,
daughter got her master's. I would have been hyping her too.
Hype. He was like, I told about 45 people this weekend that you got your master's degree.
When you made it, we made it.
That's what's up.
Yo, he wasn't playing, bro. Yeah. But okay, this is good though.
This is very good conversation.
Yeah, I didn't answer the question about the title or the bond, so I guess I'll answer it.
Oh yeah.
For me, I kind of feel like they are equally important. I kind of want both. I want to have it all. And like when you get into certain situations, like I don't know, like just say for instance you with somebody 20 years, but y'all not like y'all not married, like I'm gonna need something more sufficient than just, like that's my girl, and say if it comes to a situation where like you need somebody, like I was telling y'all earlier about my job, you need somebody to be a decision maker, and like I can't make decisions, I can't do anything on your behalf because I ain't got no title, shit ain't
so
it's like shit like that come into play. And you tell me like, no, like you the one, but like, okay, like put that shit on paper, like if I'm the one.
But is that society forcing your hand to think that way?
No,
I think I kind of
she gave you a legit reason.
No, like a legit reason. Like I mean,
but that's societal standards. Like your partner can't make decisions for you because society says they don't hold no weight in your life. That's not fair.
I mean, yeah, no, they hold weight on life, but like legally.
But they made that a legal law. That's what I'm saying. That's
law was by society.
I understand that, but I'm just telling you that it's not necessarily like society making me feel like I need to be somebody's wife just because they say that's what a woman should be. But I do understand what you're saying. That like
between two persons is a promise, period.
Right. Like so if I just so happen to be with somebody for so many years and we get to the point to where I feel like, you know what, we don't need to be like legally married or we don't need to do whatever, like that's a decision that we mutually make, then that's fine, because our bond is gonna surpass that. But I'm also on the fence because if I'm with somebody for 20 years, I understand like if it ain't broken, don't fix it, but like why not? Like what's holding you back or what's holding me back from really like putting shit legally?
Y'all already technically married, it's just not on paper.
Right, like, but like I don't know, like my grandma has been in a situation like that, like her husband died and, she wanted to like, make certain decisions and come about and do certain things, but it was kind of like, even though she hadn't been in his life for a certain amount of years, but legally she was his wife, but like he had already like had like some other woman that he had been with for so many years, but like he was still legally married to Honey, and it was like, shit was hard, people was kind of like, well, y'all ain't even been together, like this is wife now, like kind of like extra out, like, and she was trying to like, well, I think make decisions to her shit on his behalf, but in reality it was kind of like, well, you can't because like this is other wife, and like even though y'all legally married on paper, but like he been with her for over 30 years now, so it's just like, like so certain shit like that, it gets sticky, but I I mean, I don't know. Like, I feel like for me, they're equally important. Like, if you feel like I'm worth being with, you know, we have that bond, then make it official, you know, but like, don't fucking toy me along, because I guarantee you my position is not going to change. You sign that piece of paper, I'm going to be that same loyal fucking person I was before you signed that shit. And if we get to the point to where we sign like divorce agreements or whatever, I'm going to be that same person. My character not going to fucking change. Like, I'm not, I don't want shit you got, because anything you have, I can fucking get on my own or surpass that. So, I mean, you know, that's not like my stance in that type of shit.
That meme is going around right now. Like, it's saying like a man that spent 7 years with you looking for the love of his life.
No, that's wild. That's what I'm saying.
Ain't that crazy?
That's what I'm saying. Like, I ain't no fucking placeholder. Like, don't be with me 20 years until you think you found your soulmate, because I ain't the one. Let me the fuck go.
Right. Like, you know that
it's like a commitment. So that's how you see it.
Yeah.
It's like until that happens, it's like it's not 100% committed.
Yeah, because I feel like people do that placeholder shit for sure. Like,
well, I feel like we've been asking Trevor a whole lot of questions. So, Trevor, do you have any questions for little us?
Little us.
All right, let me see. I for sure do. Let me start it off with.
Yeah, he said he had questions for individuals too.
I know, right?
Yeah, I forgot about that.
So, what I have a have you ever or would you rather? I didn't get to ask this earlier because I just
he didn't.
We're sorry. Go ahead.
For skipping over you. You know, we could talk. You gotta regroup us every now.
You gotta get in when you get in.
I'll get back to this. This is like the precursor to the questions, because I got questions too.
All right.
So start it off. So, would you rather have sex somewhere super romantic, like Paris, hotel room, like super romantic, on some like 10-year anniversary type shit or whatever, or some like sporadic, spur of the moment, like unexpected out to dinner type shit, and it just happens, like super intense? So one's romantic and one's more intense. Like,
I'll go first. I'm going sporadic all day. Because you got to keep it light, you got to keep it fun, you got to keep it energetic. I like slow romantic I can do, but I feel like that's a part of what you should already know about my body. Like, okay, I need to go a little slower and speed up here type shit. Like, if you really with me, you should know that. But if we just going somewhere real quick and you're like, hey, you know what? Let's go do this. It's way more fun.
So you would take that over, like the whole, you know what I'm saying? The whole.
I would take it over, no matter.
Okay, for me, I'm romantic AF. Give me the romance all day. Fly me out some fucking where, buy me some roses, throw them on the bed, whatever the fuck you think you gotta do. Like, romance. Like, I'm such a romantic and intimate person. I think that is what's gonna get me for sure. So like, trust me that like we gonna have that same energetic sex, you know. But if you know, every now and then, you know, buy me little roses, take me out, treat me nice, fly me to Paris, Jamaica, whatever, you know, fuck me in a like exotic romantic spot, I guarantee you.
Don't get me wrong. I like
it's gonna be that same type of shit.
Don't get me wrong. That's not what I meant. I like flights. But I'm just saying, like, if I had a preference, I would definitely choose to just kind of like spur of the moment, spontaneous thing. I like to be spontaneous though. So Nicole's romantic, I'm spontaneous. Go Tassie.
Tassie tiebreaker.
I suck at this because I always have a tie.
She's like, I like
but then too, like Tassie's husband is like the most romantic person alive. Like,
okay, first of all, I was raised Disney. Like, I feel like everything is a Disney movie in my head. Like everything is like happily ever after. Like, I swear.
Right.
But honestly, it's a tie for me because sporadic, out of nowhere, I didn't expect this. This is fucking amazing and intense sex. It's absolutely dope as fuck.
Fire.
And it's some of my most memorable moments.
Is doing that.
You know what I mean? Like, it just catches you on fire and you're just lit. Like,
but that romance though.
But you taking me to the motherfucking Eiffel Tower, bitch? Like, bruh. What?
That's what I'm saying.
We on a gondola, like, you know, like,
man.
And I am like very like, I love culture. I love different things and experience. I'm very adventurous. Like, I my husband knows this too. Like, my friends know this. Like, my husband is the type of man to surprise me at every
Derek is very romantic.
Something romantic. Like,
and he be acting regular as fuck the whole time too.
The whole time.
He be having to plan months in advance. Like, my husband is this year for my birthday, I walk in from a date with my daughter and my bedroom got roses on the bed, candles lit. My bathtub got candles and roses and rosé bottle champagne and ice cubes. Like, My husband goes all out. So romance, God is what I tell y'all earlier. God is good and he knows what he's doing. Like my husband is the most romantic man I ever met in my life. He said he learned from his father, and like he do not play when it comes to his wife. Like I love and enjoy those romantic moments with my husband. Why? Because I'm currently experiencing them, and I know like it's just getting started. We only 26 years old. We got our whole lives to live.
Like, fucking lives.
Right. So romance, as F with it as well. But sporadic, like I'm young and married, and that's not rare. Like I mean, that's not common. It's very rare to be young and married. Like not a lot of kids our age are married at this time, and so
definitely.
me and I, we thrive on those random sporadic moments because we want to keep our relationship spicy. So like both of them for me, it's a tie. I know I suck, but it's a tie for me. Like I'm down for the
that's fair.
For the random moments. So I'm fucking with romance as well. Like,
what about you, Trevor? Like, what is your preference? And do you like romantic girls also?
Damn.
I think people forget about if I do. That. We gotta romance the man too.
I mean, because anybody listening out there that might be interested in me, I will romance the hell out of you. FYI, just so you know. So I hope you're intimate. I hope you like romance. I hope you like corny, cheesy shit because I'm gonna be the one.
Yeah, I'm the same. I'm very corny.
She's single.
I like gestures though. I like gestures at that. Like if you have a girl, like it's nice to know she was thinking about you. Like if she does.
See, that's true. That.
But I don't know, man, because I'm not a big fan of attention.
Not too much. No dramatic.
I don't really like being
not public attention. You want to
public attention.
You two.
So I think I gotta go with this. I think
sporadic.
Right now, for where I am right now, I just got a relationship, so you know,
okay,
that makes sense.
I might have a biased opinion on this right now, but
gotcha.
I gotta go with
that
this.
Makes sense.
We gotta ask him in 2 years.
Right. When we doing our recap.
Yeah.
When we on our 2000th episode, we gonna be like, so
right.
Yeah. Okay. So, what were your other questions? Go ahead.
Yeah, questions. Okay. So, Nicole, you getting 2. I'm just letting you know.
All right.
Off top.
So I'm
gonna give you yours first, and then you get one at the end.
All right.
So to start you off, toys or fingers? What do you masturbate? Or both. You know.
What do I use more?
Or, yeah, like what's your go-to? Like 90%, or like you know what I'm saying? Like what do you usually use?
Okay.
Because I feel like every girl's either one. Not every girl, but I feel like most girls are like one or the other type shit.
You're absolutely correct.
It depends on the mood I'm in though. Like if it's just like me, I'm like chilling, real quick, then it's like fingers. But if it's like a day and I feel like my fingers are not really gonna like do the job where I like need extra, then I'll pull the toys out. So for me, it could be both.
Okay,
like,
gotcha.
I might start with the fingers, and then like if that's like really not like cutting it for me, then I'll pull the toys out. Like, oh my god, like okay, like, this is really a day. So
okay.
It's a task.
All right, Shannon next.
I'm nervous now.
Like you asking Nicole that type of shit. Right, ask me.
Have to come with the heat. All right.
With the heat. We like
yours is not that kind
of okay, cool.
We kind of talked about this earlier, but I kind of want to go into it a little bit more. So you talked about how you feel like you're kind of conventional in relationships to a certain extent, but at the same time you're not old school, like from the 60s type shit.
Right.
So, what exactly, like, where do you draw the line for how conventional you are? Because I remember earlier you were saying you would be down for a threesome, but not an open relationship. Like that's too much on the other side of the spectrum. So like, where do you find yourself, and kind of like, what do you think shaped how you are right now?
These some good ass questions.
They really are. Trevor pays attention.
He do. He be over there plotting, huh?
Right, hella plotting. So you know what? I don't know what shaped. I think what shaped my kind of outlook on life and relationships is just a bit of what I've seen from like family members, friends, and just all their relationships. Because I'm really big on like learning from other people's mistakes, and then also too. I'm more so at a phase where like I want to explore and find out who really I am and what I like and what I don't like. And when I was younger, here we go with story time. When I was younger, I was like scared to admit that I would watch girl on girl porn. but I could never see myself being completely in a relationship with a girl. Right. Like, I could not commit to a girl. I don't want to deal with her fucking emotions and all that other stuff. It'll be cool. It'll be cool just to like, okay, like let me hit it and quit it type shit, and then just go about my business, because I prefer like it ain't no preference. Like I want to be with a man, like,
right?
You know, but I definitely still like I'm the type of person like I like to experience stuff at least once.
Right.
So not everything. No, I'm not doing no damn crack or no cocaine or no shit like that. But like certain shit I like to experience. Okay. Just to, like you know what the reaction would be. So I would be open to doing it, but then again, I'm kind of like, would I really be open? Because I don't want to share my nigga. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I got you.
The idea, but yeah, I would say life and just what I've seen has kind of shaped and molded my preferences in a relationship and how I go about stuff. And I said that I'm kind of conventional. Because I still want, like, I want to be married. I want to have a kid. I want my families to start within the two, me and the person that I'm with. I don't want to be with nobody else who has kids. No shot at nobody who has kids, but I just feel like it's easier.
Y'all want to be each other's first.
Right. I just feel like it's easier for me to start my family with somebody who doesn't have children, because now you don't have to split your attention. And God forbid that I ever have to go through that situation. If I do, I'm just going to go through it. But I'd rather start my family within a loving relationship, you know?
Yeah.
So that part, but one thing that I feel like that's not common, or that people are kind of starting to learn, is that like me and my boyfriend now, we currently do stuff like a lot different from what we've seen. So like, for example, like when we don't argue, like we can have a conversation, but we're not getting to a point where we're arguing. Like if he feels like he's getting mad, definitely. If he feels like he's getting mad or I'm getting mad, it's like, okay, he'll be like, okay, I need to take a moment. And he'll go off and do what he needs to do. And he'll calm himself down and he'll come back to the situation. He's never once cussed directly at me. Of course we cuss because, you know, we're young.
But he never cussing at you.
He's never cussed at me. He's never called me out my name. He's never put his hands on me. If he feels like I'm uncomfortable, he gives me my space. He's very in tune to me emotionally. And I feel like that's not conventional at all.
Nah, that's rare.
No. Yeah. So like Tassie said, I really found like low key a best friend, but it's my best friend that I'm about to start this life journey.
Your best friend that you hump every now and then.
No, we hump every night.
Every night. My bad.
But so that's what I mean by like, I want the conventional like love story, quote unquote, but it's unconventional in the fact of how we're kind of going about it, because we kind of got to figure out what works for us, so that way he can stay happy and I can stay happy. Because if he come at me sideways, I'm gonna pop off too. So that's not gonna make for us to have a good relationship. So we felt that stuff out early, and we're very like open with each other. Like I probably know a lot of shit I shouldn't know because I'm with him, and he probably knows too much too. But it's like it works for us.
Well, so now America will know. All right. Next.
All right, so man, y'all getting a good answer. All right, so Tassie next. Oh, all right, so Tassie.
Hey.
We were talking about earlier. What's up? We're talking earlier about your daughter and her extreme intelligence. I don't think we talked about it while the podcast was recording, but Tassie's daughter was born in 2011.
That's correct.
2011. So she's 8 now.
She's about to be 7.
Oh, she's about to be 7. I'm off.
Yes, she's a December baby.
Oh, okay. So she's about to be 7.
Happy early birthday, Randy.
Birthday. Shout out to my baby girl.
My question is, you as a parent,
yes.
Sexuality episode. How open do you plan on being with her when she starts to have like those super?
Coming with the heat.
This ain't no heat.
Are you gonna sugarcoat? Are you going to sugarcoat it with the birds and the bees, or are you going to
No, my daughter's going to be very well informed and prepared. Like, I feel like sex shouldn't even face her. It shouldn't even be a big deal. Like, she's going to be absolutely informed. Anyway. Not to where she's too aware of what's going on, like to where I'm going to take her innocence.
Right.
But I want her to be like my nephews. My sister did the same thing with my nephews.
I was just going to say that, Trevor, you have not met Tassie's sister.
So you have
made a whole power.
My sister Janelle is me times 10. Okay.
I never meet her. That's crazy.
No, I definitely do.
She lives like right around the corner from y'all. Like when she lived on North Half Moon, right? You remember that little alley or whatever?
Wait, which one? I'm trying to.
By Castle Elementary. Castle. So like y'all was like on like what was that street?
We was on Ming or. Were we on Ming or Ash?
I think y'all was on Ash.
Y'all was on Ash.
Oh, okay.
She was like around the corner in the same alley.
Okay. Oh, okay. There's hella alleys over there.
Yes. So my sister Janelle is me times 10. She has 3 boys. They're all teenagers now.
Okay.
My nephews are very sexually informative, and they don't even like participate in activities like that. Like my sister developed a PowerPoint for them at the age of like 8 or 9.
They know like sexual parts by name, not like by like, oh, we call
like they don't say pussy.
Like, no, it's penis,
vagina. Like they know everything. Like because she taught them, like she made it like school for them.
Right.
Like, she made sure that they were very well educated when it comes to sex. They knew how important it was not to just touch or mess with any girl because you can get this. Like there's diseases and STDs.
She showed them pictures of the diseases.
Yes, like she was super informative with them when it came to sex. So when it comes to my daughter, I plan to be the exact same way. Right. I'm not going to take her innocence, of course, but I also want her to be sexually informative and educated at a very young age. When she have to talk, like I'm not going to put it on the school to teach my child what she needs to know.
Say it again, sister.
You know what I'm saying?
Because a lot of parents are
say it again.
Girl, I am her parent. I'm her parent. It's my job to put her into society knowing what she should and shouldn't be doing.
Exactly.
So like
they ain't gonna tell her what she
and we talk about that, but that's like some real shit because I think there's a really true correlation between teenage pregnancy and sex education, or even not even just
or lack of sex.
Yeah,
not even just teenage pregnancy, but you know, like health, like sex health and everything. It's like the more informed you are, then it's like the safer you are.
Yeah,
yes.
The better decisions you're making.
And it definitely needs to come from your parents first. But like, you should not be learning about it at school first. It need to be.
I hope for a future where schools take sex education serious. I think it should be a class for a full year.
It should be. Some schools don't even want to teach it. They only
don't even do it.
They give us half a semester.
Yeah, and like some schools won't teach.
I had 5 weeks. Like
they'll only teach
in
like
summer,
and
it was movies. Like no one taught us anything. We sat through summer school and
we the sex education 2 weeks. It was 2 weeks of.
It was 2 weeks in like in junior high school. He's right.
Yeah, it was. And it's like we need y'all need to be prolonging this because I can tell you right now, like it's people in this class that need to hear something. Like,
here's the other part about it too, because we in different times. Sex is being sold in our children's faces every day.
Every day.
In the music, in the music videos.
I don't think we got it.
Social media,
it definitely got to us. I think we got
it's different because of social media.
Social
media porn is a click away. Like, so true. It's just like everything is plastered in their face. Their friends are looking and watching it. Because back in the day, you'd be so happy to have like a poster of somebody that you like were a fan of.
Exactly.
On your wall.
Like a new poster that came out.
Chris Brown Take You Down poster, and it was ripped and whatever, but I hung it up. Why? Because that was my celebrity. Like that was the closest thing I got to like.
But now I got all kind of screenshots of Idris Elba on this phone. You know, like readily available. Shit is available.
He's a Google search away.
That's what I'm saying. So anything the kids want to know, they can learn, and it's just like they need to know from their mama and their daddy first before they learn from society and their friends and people who are probably misinformed themselves that are about to start teaching your kids something. Like, so
I'm telling you,
parents don't put all the the force or the blame on the school. Like y'all need y'all take time for y'all kids beforehand. And I'm not even a parent, and I'm just I'm saying this from a point of view of somebody who has a little bit of education and who has experience, who's grown the fuck up, and somebody who just got some sense. Like, teach your kids stuff, please, and thank you.
Don't make the school do it. Like they're gonna do what they gotta do, but if
because then when you're gonna be teaching your kids stuff that's not aligned with what you want your kids to know, then you're gonna be like, well, you teaching my kid this when in fact that you should have already prepared them.
Exactly. It should not be no news. Like, seriously. So to answer your question, Trevor, I'm not fazed about talking about sex or anything with my child. I feel like it's my responsibility to educate her, and she shall be prepared to be a good citizen in society.
Hey,
amen.
I like
She's already immaculate anyway.
She definitely is.
# Black Girl Magic.
Right. So let's go ahead and get to my second question. Since I
feel like I'm throwing you like curveball, like deep ass questions. My bad.
We get it. This is what the whole podcast is about. Minds that matter.
Okay. So, all right, Nicole, we kind of switching up a little bit for you for the second. So,
all right.
What's a time you can remember where communication has either like really helped your relationship with somebody or like really hurt it? You can kind of go either way. But the whole topic is kind of communication, which we're going back to that. Think of any instances where
this is deep.
somebody communicating good saved a relationship and helped it, or somebody fucked it up by it?
If you need help, I can give you an example.
An example of my own life.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a true friend.
Yeah, that is. Okay, what example do you have? I just want to know.
You could use us. Pure example. Me and Nicole are like oil and water sometimes. We just don't mix because
I thought you were talking about her dudes.
No, he said any relationship.
Yeah, I just have a relationship. I think I did say something about dudes, but
you did.
I'm sorry.
You might have said.
I did.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm not a dude. Definitely not. But
no, but in relationship, that's better. It's better if it's in a relationship.
Me and Nicole, we both have like very, very strong opinions about stuff, and I'm stubborn and she's stubborn too. So sometimes we just don't. We
always got something to say, and both of us gonna say it.
I got screenshots of y'all.
Lord, I'll be stressed with y'all. It be little shit, man. Like
it be little shit.
And I think sometimes like my tone don't help, and then I feel like Shannon will respond smart. So then I'm just like, oh, I'm about to be like, okay, well, shit, I'm saying some shit smart too. Then like,
going there, yeah, okay.
I really, and I don't want to be like that. I mean, ultimately, like, no matter how like smart I talk, I'm never gonna like be out of line and disrespect her, you know.
Right,
but like,
right.
It just be like, she's stubborn and I'm stubborn, and sometimes I be feeling like she just want to be more stubborn than she need to be, and I'm just like, God, like,
and I feel like she always thinks me, man, like,
But you know, I think I do, but like I do know a lot of shit though. Like,
no, I'm not discrediting.
No, I got you though. But like sometimes I don't have to always like say shit. You know, I can just be like, all right, let me listen.
Right. And I'll be like, this is not the right time. And then it's partially because of how long we have been friends and the relationship we do have.
Say whatever the fuck we want to say, huh?
Yeah, we can say whatever we want to say, and then sometimes I can be more sensitive to what she's saying, and she like, yo, I didn't mean it that way. But I was saying that to say that we have to talk. Like, we have to physically, like, get on the phone, or we have to, like, be looking at each other to understand where she's coming from. And that's, like, a part where our communication, all three of us, actually, has came in apart with us being friends so long, is because we actually do talk shit out. We don't, like, let it fester.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, yeah, you kind of let shit go for too long without saying it. Like, you can't be in a situation with somebody and, like, 2 months prior they really like hurt your feelings, and then you bring it up like the next year and you're like, you know what, like back last year you said this, and you're like, no, it's too late. Like I mean it's, you know, like you need to be saying shit in the moment. Shit need to be resolved in the moment, you know, because when both of y'all let too much time pass and two people are forming their own like opinions and ideas about what they think is happening, in reality ain't nobody having a conversation about what really happens, you know. And I think it's the same thing in relationships. Like I don't know, like I'm trying to think of times you said where communication helped or hurt the relationship.
Yeah, your relationship with us.
I'm trying to think of something more like personal, like with a guy, and it's kind of hard. Like I don't know in what way I mean, okay, like one of my most recent relationships, the lack of communication hurt the relationship, I would say. He was not necessarily being honest about how he felt about, I guess, certain like his own feelings, not necessarily feelings that had to do with me, but just him and like where he was in his own personal life, but he tried to like move along with like our relationship, and then things started happening in his relationship that was kind of like setting him back.
You mean his life?
And yeah, I mean, I'm sorry, things in his life started happening that was setting him back, and it started to like take a toll on the relationship. So then he just kind of like basically was like, I can't match your energy right now, I'm out, you know, like, and like didn't speak to me for like 5 months, you know. And even though I like replied, you know, I reached out, I tried to like, you know, see what was going on, you know, XYZ, like, and I didn't get any of that in return until, like I said, like 5 months later. Then when he came back on the scene, it was like different, but like the relationship wasn't the same. Like I was even willing to like start communicating again, but like, I mean, things were like slow, we were cool, but I knew that like ultimately like it wasn't gonna be the same. And then, you know, when it came time to like make a decision, like, so like, is this dead, or like, you know, we gonna like try to work through some shit, you know. And then it was like he had already like figured out that he wanted to like, you know, go a different route. So I mean, like the communication, the little bit of communication that we did have started to, I guess, help in a way so that I knew where I needed to be for myself mentally. But like the lack of communication in the beginning was kind of like fucked up because it just stopped everything abruptly. And he wasn't, like I said, he wasn't being honest and thoroughly communicating like his feelings and shit, you know, I would ask him things and he'd be, no, you know, I'm good. I'm in this, you know, X, Y, Z, you know, but like in reality, like he wasn't as ready as he probably thought he was, you know?
Yeah.
Like the person that you with though needs to know this type of shit, like every step of the way. Like I know sometimes like y'all want to be private and you want to keep some of your business to yourself, and I understand that. But if it's things that are gonna like affect the relationship, then you need to speak up, because even though you think it's your business, but like the way you moving is affecting the way that y'all move together.
Yeah, definitely.
You know? And like sometimes the lack of communication on y'all part or our part pretty much fucks things up, you know? So
right.
I think that I mean, like we said, communication is important.
Yeah. Got you. Well, that's the end of my questions.
All right.
Y'all answered them great. Like, damn, thank you.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you for
you coming into the podcast and talking with us.
We're glad that you got to know us on a deeper level, you know, being that none of us has got to really spend time together since fucking 7th, 8th grade, but
definitely need a reunion.
This will not be the last of us, and we appreciate you for, you know, being a part of the show today.
Yeah, no problem. Thanks for having me, man. I'm really lit to hear the next couple episodes of the sex series.
Yeah,
it's been fun.
Most definitely. I think Trever, he gave us a good perspective on a lot of different topics that we needed to touch on that relates to sex and just about sex in general.
And about like relationships. Yeah.
Had to go there with it.
Well, if you guys like the content that we are bringing, make sure you like, subscribe, and comment. If you guys have any questions for us, feel free to drop them in the comment section. And if you guys want to help us continue the conversation, spark it up online with us. Make sure you go ahead and follow us on all social media platforms at Minds That Matter. And we'll be back with another episode for you next week. And remember, we are
Minds That Matter. Peace out, y'all.